let's talk about Coming to America.
Dialing.
Fire.
Hold on. You're too close, man. Hot fire.
But as we were talking about Coming to America, man, I thought that they did a good job with the sequel. My only critique was basically two things. They did wait a little too long, and it was a couple of characters I wish I would have seen. So like the Daryl character, I thought it would be dope to make a reference to him. Maybe see him out in the street selling it, because now the company's
dead.
They on the street. Come on, baby, buy some of this Soul Glow. Something like that. And he's still wearing it, and everybody looking at him like, dude, go away.
Yeah. You know what? That's a dope concept. He came to the barbershop trying to sell something to Pops and been like, man, get out of here with this shit. Goddamn Soul Glow. That boy always come up here trying to sell us Soul Glow. Goddamn company been dead for 30 years.
It's still good.
You gotta give him a lot of credit.
He's a hard worker.
But him and the sister, the Patrice character, the girl's sister, I thought that was kind of like, dang, y'all should at least had a small reference to her. She wasn't big in the movie, but it would have been nice to just at least reference her some kind of way.
Yeah. That'd be good. Better. She could have been out there on the block with him, with some kids. Because you know they end up linking up.
Like her and Daryl.
Oh yeah, that's right. The sister was right.
Yeah, she got him at the end, and then he looked at the camera like,
let's get you out them clothes. And he was like, oh shit. Yeah. But yeah, so that was for me. That was my only thing. I wish they would have made those characters, and then they wouldn't have waited so long to do it. I would have loved to have seen this in the big screen, but at this point, I'm just like, it is what it is.
Man,
So
man. Eddie beat them niggas for $150 million. So
yeah, man. So, but yeah, what were y'all thoughts on the movie?
Well, I think my thoughts, man. I love the colorful cast.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, I just kept thinking, man, it's like, it'd have been great if like Chadwick Boseman would have lived to been in that movie.
Yeah, he would have been good for that.
Get that called that Black Panther cross pollination. He's showing up for Wakanda for the damn.
Yeah. There's Challenge Day.
Right. That would have been a good crossover.
That would have been.
Maybe he could have been the king bringing the family member. Like, I bought my.
Oh yeah, to try to get married. Yeah. Word. Yeah.
That would have been kind of dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I definitely like the character references and stuff. Like, they had Peaches at the end.
Right.
And that was
funny.
Yeah. And then they brought back sexual chocolate.
Right. Man, Randy Watson.
Watson. That's why I was like, okay, they found the two girls with the Peaches rap, but they didn't find the sister. Where's she at? You know what I mean? That's why I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But overall, I do think it was a good movie. I don't want to sound like I'm just putting it down, but
that's the thing. I mean, it still got some. Yeah, it had some misses. I'm not gonna sit here and say. But, I mean, it was for what it was. And like I said, for 30 years.
Right.
And it had come out like that. And I like the fact, too, that's another thing I like, too, that they had like a little joke about like sequels. Like, well, what makes a good movie?
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, sometimes they do sequels and, it's just not as great.
Flop.
And it's like, and it's kind of funny that they did, and it was like 30 years later.
Yep.
So, and I will say this, too, like, the main character, the boy, it took me a little bit to grow up because like his acting skills were kind of like, but it took me a little bit. Like he kind of progressed throughout the movie. Yeah, but like his acting, I'm like, you're gonna have to, hone them up.
Step it up a little bit.
But now the daughter. It's actually Eddie Murphy's daughter.
The light skin.
The light skin.
Light skin.
Oh, I thought the older one.
No. It's the light skin. Was the one that was.
That had the glasses, I think.
That's it. Oh, okay.
I
thought she did good.
She did good. Yeah, I thought the whole cast of girls did good.
I did too. I like the women's empowerment shit.
Yeah. How'd you think of the overall movie?
Oh man, I thought it was, man, like I was telling one of my boys, man, I enjoyed it. But there's a lot of space between I enjoyed it and it was great.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Just like there's a lot of space between I was enjoying it and it was trash.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it was trash.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it was great.
Right.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, for what it was.
For what
you know
it was,
what I'm saying? Because if you didn't have an understanding of the first joint,
Right.
and all you had was a loose understanding of it, then you might have been like, man, that shit was trash.
Right.
But if you really understood, because I was trying to tell one of my boys, man, like the first joint was cheesy too. Let's be clear.
Right, right.
That thing wasn't no drama.
Right.
That thing was cheesy.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know, but it was cheesy funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we took it like,
like
come on, man, this nigga walking around with roses in fucking New York. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like that ain't
right.
I ain't never seen no African do no shit like that.
Right.
And it wasn't meant to be taken for like and that's why I think, man, kind of bothered me a little bit, man, because I think this one, man, was shot in such a different climate, man. I watched an interview with Arsenio Hall on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Or not the Breakfast Club, but with Charlamagne the God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Breakfast Club.
But it was just like him and Charlamagne.
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying. Yeah, he does.
But man, and Arsenio was like, they had to tone down the preacher because of the Me Too shit.
Oh yeah,
because you know the preacher was like, look what God has done. You know that it's a God. Turn around, that girl.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, nowadays you do that.
Yeah.
And people like, you objectifying women, you yada yada. And I was like, nah, man, do the funny shit. That's what made this shit funny. And it's a bastard ass preacher like that. We never was like, that's the right thing. Like, even when we watched it back then, we wasn't like, that's how you should act, preacher.
Right.
We was still like, that's fucked up, nigga, act like this. Funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But
Hugh Hefner can only photograph, but only God. I said, God, he can only make it.
I wanted some of that at the wedding in Africa.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be looking in Zamunda like, that got me over here.
Right.
Look at all these good Zamundans.
Right.
Oh my God.
The homegrown God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wanted that. I understood after I saw the little interview why they didn't do it, but I was like, man, why you crumble to the pressure?
Right.
But like I said, he beat him out 150 million, so you know.
I think you're right. You know, they crumble to the pressure, but I think you have to just kind of outsmart this new age of people. You know what I mean? You still kind of work it in there, but you make it to a way where they still can't complain about it.
Yeah, they get to the point to cancel motherfucking cartoon, Dr. Seuss. Goddamn, Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew.
She like cancel this nigga talking about rape culture.
Man, rape culture. This nigga never got none. The whole thing was that he was chasing Shorty and she was running away.
Right.
Like, it's not like he was, you know.
But you know, that's based on people's perception. You know what I mean?
Bro.
You know, I mean, like you said, he never got none, but now they look at it like, but he was chasing.
He was chasing.
So what? Yeah, that's what you do. You go chase dudes.
I mean, it's what dudes do.
Right.
It is what it is, man. You know, it's a way that you do it without being, sexist and misogynistic and all that shit. But
we go chase.
Right.
But so that those aspects of it bother me, man. Yeah. I absolutely did not like that dancing ass damn shit that damn Wesley Snipes was doing.
Me either. I didn't care.
I couldn't, because on the one hand he's trying to be like a serious, you know, kick your ass like African, you know, military warlord.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
you
hot stepping.
Right.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, man. Like,
when I first saw that, I was like, I don't even know why they did that.
Man. I was like, why is this even necessary, man? Like for real, man. Y'all show these niggas, you know.
Wesley was probably like, let me do something
funny.
He was like, all right, man, just do what you want, man.
Yeah, man. But
I don't think Eddie Murphy would have threw that in there.
So yeah, man. Those aspects of it, man, I didn't too much care for.
I liked his character in it.
Yeah, I liked his character.
Yeah, but I mean, I get.
Yeah. I just didn't like the, you know, I didn't like how they was trying to balance that. On the one hand, he's supposed to be scared of this nigga. On the other hand, he's a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Like one or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna try to paint him as like a, you know, scary warlord,
right?
Then, you know, let him do some warlord shit. You know, he busting every head. All that talk about what he gonna do. That nigga ain't smack nobody.
Yeah, the girl went up whooping their
right.
Yo,
she
was tough though.
And I think that was some other shit where I was like,
yeah, I like that.
You know, man. I mean, you know, shit, man, because that young daughter, well, she had to be like 9, 10.
Yeah,
my nigga for a 9, 10-year-old ain't got no pistol.
Right.
They wearing an asshole. On some real shit, I don't give a fuck how big your stick is. On some real shit, like, you 9 years old. You ain't fucking whoop my ass with no stick. Like, for real. Like, you got no good. Nah, I'm not even, so I thought, but you know, once again, man, and that's why I went back and watched the first one, man.
Right.
Because then I realized, I was like, well, you know what? The first one was super cheesy, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just was, the shit hit us so hard.
Yeah.
That we wasn't even, we were so busy laughing.
Well, and I think too, the whole, you know, Eddie Murphy at that time
was the man.
Yeah.
He was
So I mean, he was hit
All
up
that.
and hit up and
Yeah.
hit
All
up.
of Nights.
Yeah.
Man,
Life.
listen,
Life came right after that. Didn't Life
yeah.
after that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What was the other one? Trading Places.
Trading
Early
Places.
He was on
Yeah.
48
Yeah.
hours.
48 hours he killed him with. Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So
that
Ed was
it.
at the height of his powers back then.
But real quick, I wanted to mention this since y'all were talking about, to dumb down the preacher and, making him kind of calm down a little bit. I thought, I like, in this new generation, basically, I think that they need to kind of get, not so uptight about stuff like that because it's only meant to be comedy. So when you look at the first one, like for me, I was a little kid when the first one came out. What was it, 80?
Oh, 88.
88, something like that.
Yeah.
So I would have been maybe about 14 or something like that. 13, 14. And I mean, even I knew it's just comedy. It's not It's not to be taken serious. So when you go in and just automatically think, we got to cancel this dude. You know what I mean? This whole cancel culture thing, I can't rock with it, man.
Man, bro. I gotta look here, man. Hey, I know y'all got the joint and this shit going all over the internet. So I'll just say, a nigga still listen to 12 play.
Yeah,
I'm leaving it at that.
There you go.
I mean, for real.
There you go.
I'm leaving it at that.
Don't clap it up.
Don't
clap it up.
It's just a great piece of work. I'm sorry. I done some of my best work to 12 play. Just believe, man. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I can't agree.
You know what I mean? Hey.
Some of them songs when the throwing come on, you can't help it. You know what I mean? You gotta get right with that. You know?
We had tried a hip hop podcast or not.
Yeah, these comments did not add up. That I ain't got to do with A&T.
But hey, I mean,
Man.
as a person, yes, R. Kelly needs to,
Oh man, lock his ass
he
up.
needs to be,
I'm good
held
with it.
accountable for what he did.
Good-
But
I'm good
as
with
a
that.
musician, I'm
Man,
not
stop the
canceling
dumb
it.
shit,
I'm not
man. For
canceling
real,
it.
man. Y'all
You know
really,
what I mean?
y'all really tell me I believe I can fly ain't no good piece of work.
Right,
you can kiss
right.
my whole ass,
Hey,
man. For real,
hey,
like
hey,
I'm sorry, man.
Right.
Yo, I'm the nigga that like Gotham City. So
Right.
like,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man?
yo,
Hey,
that's my jam.
hey, man, look at it, man. When that nigga said, you got the little body. Look, Kels, I
Right.
just wanna get you home with me.
You
Come
know,
on, man.
I
You get
mean,
it from
the
your
man know
mom.
his way around music, man. I don't
Man,
think
he's a musical genius, man.
nobody can even go up against him in a verse.
Man,
You know what I mean?
yeah, stop it.
But that's what Boosie made a good point about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
and
man.
the fact that he wrote for Michael Jackson.
That's right.
too.
Right.
And
Right.
nobody, man, that dude got racks and racks and racks of hits. Like bona fide, not just for him. Bona fide hits, man. That whole Aaliyah album is him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's some real
uh,
shit, man. You can't get around that dude, man. He's a nasty human. I'm
Yeah.
going on record and say he's a nasty human that should be locked the fuck up.
Yeah.
But musically, he's a fucking genius,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that and he you know what I'm saying, he did he wrote country music.
Yeah,
for
man.
other artists.
That's what I'm saying, man. He did
Like,
everything,
you
man. The dude, man,
Can't deny him.
he's a musical.
Yeah.
I mean, but shit.
That's the culture we live in these days, man. So I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
y'all niggas don't cancel me,
right.
please.
Hey, but speaking of cancel culture, let's mention this. Eminem, they tried to cancel him over the past few days, which I don't even get. But basically, some young generation, millennials looked at it and they heard some of his more recent music, and I think it was the lyric where he said something about a girl, and he was like, "If you try to leave me, I'm gonna set the house on fire," something to that level, and they was like, "Oh, we're gonna cancel him." I'm like, you ain't even heard the worst shit he said. That man,
no.
right, I mean, come on now, that man.
Go to
come
their
on.
catalog.
Right. Listen to the Kim song.
That
they
man
did.
Shady
Man, look
LB.
here, man. That nigga called his mama a bitch.
Right.
Like, you think he really care about what he said about somebody else?
Listen to
Get
the
out
Kim
of here, man.
song. The song he did about his wife.
What, yeah, baby mama, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he'll, man,
had
come
a
on,
daughter on
dude.
the track.
Yeah, that dude don't dare, man.
So I mean,
Another
my
pure
thing
artist,
is,
man.
Stop taking this shit so serious, man. It's music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and like, same thing with the Bill Cosby thing, man. I think if he did what he did, then he should be in jail
That's
or
right.
whatever.
But let me see Cosby.
Yeah,
Show.
you shouldn't have to
Why
take
the fuck I
the
can't
show
see
off.
Cosby
You know
Show?
what I
I
mean?
don't.
That show doesn't reflect
Yeah, man.
what happened in his personal life.
Well,
you
the
know?
fact that he was called American's father.
Yeah,
And think about
At
it.
one time.
yeah.
But think about this. He beat out white people.
That's right.
American Dad.
I mean, in the 80s, and early 90s, when we wasn't that cool.
Right.
Nigga, I was alive back then.
Right.
We wasn't that cool
Right.
in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like, for
No.
real. I mean, in terms of like how white America looked at black America.
Yeah.
Or black folk.
Yeah.
And Bill Cosby was America's dad.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right. So it's a thin line, but I mean, it does make you mad to know that they was in some personal shit that was fucking up women and all that. But it's like, I think you have to still separate that from their success of over here. You know what I mean?
Man.
And I'm gonna say this too: the people that took the money, like the colleges that took the money from him, talking about we gonna remove his name. Well, I tell you what, give his money back.
Exactly, get that money back.
Give his money back.
You ain't heard Benny College say shit.
Right.
It's a whole school of women that he gave him a rack of money.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was giving a rack of money because he was giving, back when he was on the HBCU tip.
Yeah.
And he gave a rack of money to Bennett, Spelman, Morehouse, bunch of schools, man.
That's what's up.
Because he was supporting the United Negro College Fund big time.
Yeah, he was heavy into get your education.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So you can't fault him for that. You can't say, "Oh, I can't believe that guy."
Man, baby out with the bathwater shit, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we used to say you don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Right. Man, these niggas throw the baby out, the bathwater, the pan, the whole bathroom, my nigga.
The pipes.
Take the towel with you.
The soap, the washcloth. Yeah, these niggas throw out everything, bro.
Take these dry towels with you.
Yeah, take that too. Yeah. Take the soap, we didn't use it. Take that too.
Take that too.
But you know what? I think the whole cancel culture, I think it makes people feel powerful. I think they feel like I have the power to, all I gotta do is say something and everybody stops.
Yep.
Listening to this dude or responding.
Yep, that's right.
And it makes people feel powerful. And it's like, get off your ego trip.
But for what though?
Right.
What are you gaining
from? Yeah, you're not gaining shit.
Well, man, I think it's what you said, man. So it's definitely a power dynamic.
Right.
I understand, man, that sexual misconduct, man, strips a woman of her power.
Right.
Or a man, if you get sexually molested in that way. I just think, man, that as you said, man, it used to be, do the crime, do the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, on some real shit, dude. And like I said, I was born in '69, so I was a youngin' in the late '80s, early '90s. Some of my best friends in that era were some drug dealing, murderous ass motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Some of them spent some very long stretches in the federal pen. Some of them still there.
Yeah.
But I love them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know that for all of whatever bad shit them niggas was doing, some of them niggas, man, like one of my boys, I was in college, man, put me on the damn bus and go home for Thanksgiving because I ain't had enough money to go back. I ain't no car. Trying to go home to Statesville for Thanksgiving. I ain't.
Oh, shout out Statesville.
Statesville, man, in the house.
Statesville
Village, baby. Projects, Buffalo Road. You know how it go.
That's my family right there.
Man, but one of my boys, man, who was a local hustler, messed around, man, and straight bought me a bus ticket so I could go home for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say, well, man, this nigga boys in the community. This nigga, I know this nigga don't pop guns and all this other shit, man. But and nigga, good nigga to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he went to jail, did his time. I'm not gonna hold that shit against him now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the other side of that.
And see, that's the problem with the shit now with the cancel culture. And I got another question about that too, something we talked about a couple episodes ago. But that's the thing, man. Like, you like Cosby. He's doing the time, man.
Yeah.
And it's like someone like Cosby, he gets out. He still gets reminded about, okay, the dude did.
He ain't gonna be able to sleep well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like the dude already did the time.
Yeah. And that used to be enough.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you did what you needed to do. All is forgiveness. Right. Let's start fresh.
Right.
I mean, that's how it should be.
That's right.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to put religion in this, but like when the Most High get here and stuff, y'all better have that same energy. That's all I can say, bro. That's all.
That's gonna be real cancel culture.
Yeah, for real.
That's real shit. Hey, I might fuck around and get canceled. Well, I definitely got some skeletons. You know what I'm saying? But
my God, killing niggas for real.
He's fucking around fighting. And some of them same niggas that was canceling niggas, poof. Right. What happened to him? Oh, well, you ain't know what he was doing in there 85.
The Lord canceled this.
The Lord canceled this thing.
But you know what, man? I want to kind of talk about the prison system a little bit. The prison system is really fucked up to me because it's supposed to be all about rehabilitation, and they ruin your whole fucking life over whatever the fuck you did, whether it was something major to something minor. You know what I mean? You go to prison, You know, like you said, you lose your voting rights.
Yo.
You get out, you gotta have the stain on your record. You know what I mean? It's like you said, when you do the time, that's it. That should be the fucking end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we care once you get out? Unless you doing some shit where you going have to go back in.
That's right.
That's the only time we should give a
That's
fuck.
right. That's right.
If you getting out and you trying to start over and do the right thing, why the hell do we care?
Mm-hmm.
And the prison system don't help at all. You know, I mean, sometimes people go in there and they get to learn, go to school a little bit, read some books.
Well, they cut a lot of that out too, man. You can't get degrees like Jada can say. Why they stop letting niggas get degrees in jail?
Exactly. They cut a lot of that.
Well, they
shit.
used to be at a time too. Like they used to take, because I have a coworker. He went to prison, I think, and they said like, well, you either go to the military or you gonna take these years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It used to give you options.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you're handing time on your ass. Lineman number.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's like, you know, I read a little bit about the whole prison system, and I mean they're building prison systems, planning it out for the future generation.
Mm-hmm.
They're already doing the numbers. By 2030, you know, we need to have this many kids in here because the prison system is such a money machine.
That's right.
And it's like they build more prisons than schools. You know what I mean? We got, you know, less than 1 million universities in this country, but we got millions of prisons and jails. It's like, what the fuck? That shit is backwards.
And that's crazy, especially like the state of North Carolina. We got a lot of universities and stuff here,
right.
and like still the like you said,
Prison industrial complex, man.
Yeah,
You know, that thing real, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like you said, man, well, you know, 9 out of 10 times in America, it's gonna come back to the money.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
generally, you trace the bread.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna see what's really what.
Yep.
You know what I mean? 'Cause like you said, man, looking at the 3rd grade reading test
Yep.
and determining based on that
Yeah.
how many beds they're gonna need
Yeah, exactly.
15 years from 8, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
These kids 8, 9 years old. What you saying? So what happens if, you know, shit change up
Right.
and now you got these big ass prisons that you don't plan to build,
Yeah.
but they're empty.
That's when the cops have to start saying we gotta find shit. to
That's
do.
right.
We gotta
That's
find
right,
shit.
bro.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
well, y'all niggas was black on a Tuesday. Come on now.
Right.
Man,
There was recently a video within the past year about a guy caught jaywalking. You know what I mean? And it was 2 cops, and they wound up finding out the 2 cops were talking to each other. They were watching him as he walked down the street. And the one guy was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get him. He about to jaywalk." And the other cop was actually like, "Man, leave that shit alone. Don't make that." And he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it." And you know, it's like, what are you getting on somebody for that shit?
for that shit for. Don't
That
you got
shit
better
even
shit?
Like,
Yeah.
don't you? And it's like, damn, there's like real crime
Right.
going on. Why don't you just
That's
do
right.
that?
That's right.
Exactly, man.
That's how it is, man. When you incentivize, you know, prison building with money, then you know, shit over here, man, nigga do anything for money. Here,
Exactly.
you know, it is what it is, man. But
I don't get it, man. But I could talk all day about the prison system, man. That's one of the things I'm a little, you know, it gets me up here. So, well, let's move on to, I want to talk about Swiss Beats and Timbaland. They have just announced that they have sold Versus, which I don't even get. Yeah.
Well,
That's money. Yeah, like you said, you're right, money.
like we said, trace the bread.
But this
Trace
is
the breadcrumbs, baby.
This was supposed to be for the culture, and they
It was.
And
Until
it's
they
like,
sold
all the way up until the day they sold.
Oh,
it. It was
to
for
the
the
day they
culture.
was like, you offer us how much?
Right. But yeah, supposedly they're gonna still be part of it, and they're gonna help with the music. But it's like, but you still sold it though.
Yeah.
well,
This was
I
your
mean,
baby, and we were proud of you for doing that shit. You know
I'm
what I
not.
mean?
I'm not so mad about them. I mean, look, for instance, Jay-Z. Like
Since
the
he was
stuff,
tight.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, man.
He got it. He got something. That's what business people
Well,
do.
man,
They build it
they
up.
build it up
And get a profit
and sell it to the highest bidder.
Yeah,
But
They
man,
go
like,
to the next
like for
round.
example, the Ford family don't own Ford Motor Company no more.
They don't. Oh, okay.
Nah.
I didn't know that.
Nah, Bill Gates don't own Microsoft.
Damn.
Nah, he. That's
I mean,
right.
you
He
know what I'm
just cut
saying?
that-
Like,
that's right.
like that's what you do. You get your weight up. You know, you make it profitable. You sustain it, and then you sell it to the highest bidder, and then you take that bread and do something else with
yeah,
it,
you
Yeah.
build your own thing.
and then do it again.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying? It's a classic- it's a classic flip game.
Amazon, did he still?
He stepped down as
Bezos.
CEO,
Yeah, Bezos.
and after a while, he gonna sell that shit. In less than 10 years, mark my word. Less than 10 years, Bezos gonna sell Amazon for some $500 gazillion trillion dollars,
Exactly.
and he ain't gonna have to do nothing for the rest of his life.
No,
And-
so go to the moon. That's what the fuck they trying to do.
He probably gonna have him a damn condo on the damn moon.
Right.
Yeah, they
For
trying
sure.
to do. They trying to
For
do
sure.
that quick.
But yeah, man, I think that's, and I think also, man, that's where we find out, man, like, as far as I'm concerned, man, black folk, we just catching up in terms of the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the more we catch up, I think the more we learn what we don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we forget, man, that, man, if you look at like AT&T, the family that started Bell South, they don't own that shit no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have to. Because they got generational wealth now.
Yeah.
They grandkids, great grandkids never gonna have to work.
Yep, exactly.
And ain't that the goal?
Straight taken care of.
You know what I mean? Like if you got a businessman like Swiss and Timberland, man, I also read where the money they got from, I think it was Triller, is the people that bought it. Triller, the Triller app.
Mm-hmm.
But they also negotiated a deal where the artists that showed up on Versus, the 42 or 3 artists, they all got shares.
Shares in it. Yeah, I heard about that.
You know what I mean? And that's something that, you know, my nigga, your record label ain't doing that for you.
No.
Trust and believe. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas ain't got no shares of Interscope.
Matter of fact, they taking money.
You know what I'm saying? You look at how much money Wayne and them put into Interscope and UMG, Universal Music Group.
Yep.
They ain't got no shares
Nope.
in that shit. That shit's still owned by who own it. Jimmy Iovine ain't coming up off that Interscope money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
what are he trying to sell that to? Well,
he sold like 40%.
Yeah.
Well, he only owns 40% now.
Yeah.
Because Universal Music Group got it.
Yeah.
You know, they under that umbrella now.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's, you know, smart money.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because do you think about it? You ain't got the headache of having to worry about the day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
And you still getting a fat check.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've read, man, that Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z bought the title shit for like $56 million in 2014. He sold that shit for $297 million.
Yep.
Like, that's easy math.
Yeah.
You talking about $241 million come up in 7 years?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, man, it's hard for me to be mad at that. You know what I mean? Like,
And really, Tidal, to be fair with it, I don't think it wasn't that great of a
man, Tidal ain't got nothing on Pandora or none of them other cats. Spotify, like on some real shit, man. And so, you know, I'm like, man, shit, beat them, man. That's just like, you know, if you got a corner and you can mess around and, you know, you making $1,000 a day off that corner, and next nigga show up talking about, man, I got 100,000.
Yeah.
Let me get that corner.
Right.
Nigga, you.
Right.
It's you. It's you, bro.
Oh,
You know what I'm
listen
saying?
up real quick.
And the cops come from that way. He's got to tell you all the little stuff I can tell you to help you be successful, bro. But so yeah, man, I think that's just American business, man. You know, start something, make sure it's profitable, nurture it, sustain it, and then sell it to the highest bidder, and then do something else over here and flip it all the way again.
Yep.
Do it again, man. Do that as many times as you can, you know, until eventually you ain't got to do nothing.
Yeah, because what's the name? Nas, he invested in that Ring doorbell for like maybe $5 million or less, and then he wound up making like $40 million in the end when they bought it out.
Yeah.
So you know that was smart, man.
Smart money, man.
You
You know what I'm saying? You know, eight times the money. So 8 times the money in 10, 15 years.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. That's smart, man. I think, man, because we know about business now,
Right.
but we just getting to where we know about big business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When niggas, it was a time when niggas ain't know how to run no damn restaurant or open no store or you know, no little small business. Now we know how to do that.
Oh yeah, I mean
now it's these corporations. We playing that game now.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few of us that's able to play that game.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's still a slow process. There's still things that are put in place for us to keep from getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and then the thing of it is too, you got white people have like 400-year head
start, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing a hell job catching up.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're doing a hell job catching up.
I mean, if it was a damn race, we on the 5th. They on the 8th lap, but we on the 5th lap.
But we closing fast.
Yeah, we closing in. But they, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got the hand. But we got, and we on the 5th lap with handicap.
We carrying 10 niggas.
We got one boot on the leg.
Your ankles damn chained together.
We on that 5th.
Yeah, we on that 5th, baby, and we coming. We done figured out how to run with these chains.
Yeah.
But that's what you know what they do? They change the game once we get
Yep.
too close.
And that's exactly
change
right.
the game a little bit. Like, okay, we're gonna change the rules because you're getting a little too close.
A little too close now.
You know what I mean?
Okay, fuck this public school shit up.
Right.
Too many of y'all niggas that came to public school and done good.
Exactly.
Fuck these public schools up.
And that's like even with the GameStop thing. You know, they gonna come up here and be like, It was fine when it's like, oh, we don't need regulation.
That's right.
We don't need, but as soon as like regular people like us, like,
Start coming up.
Oh no, we need to regulate this shit. Like, no, keep that same energy,
son. That's what you want, right? That's how we do it, right?
No, we don't need regulation.
Yeah, man. That's it, man. But you're right, man. That's how they do, man. They change the game, and then, like you say, how they change it, we catch up.
Yeah.
And then they change the shit again. We catch up again. And that's been a constant struggle, man, of as far as I'm concerned, man, black culture, man, black people. You know?
I mean, because at this point, why the fuck are we still arguing over whether $15 should be the minimum wage or not? Even that's not that much.
Man, dude.
You still can't hardly survive on 15. If you ain't making like 19, 20 or more an hour, you ain't gonna get no fucking way. If you don't have like, if you're in a certain level in society, you know what I mean?
Well, I will say this now. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have like, sustainable living.
Right.
But most of those jobs, they're supposed to be temporary. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be for like, your McDonald's and stuff, they supposed to be there for like college. I mean, college kids that come home, they get a little money. But now you got too many people that, especially people of color, they fall into that trap, and then like this is like their main income of living and main source of living. So it's like you know what I'm saying. So I understand why they raise want the $15 raise or $15 an hour minimum wage.
And I understand why McDonald's didn't let them know.
Yeah.
Because if you McDonald's in there, you're like, fuck up,
well, the thing that's bad about it is, for me, in the perspective, if you do 15, there are certain people or certain states that can do that. They can do
New
15,
York, California, they can swing.
Yeah, they can do that. But here,
you do that in North Carolina, you're gonna close a bunch of shit.
Yeah, shit.
It is what it is. Down. But I think, man, it's funny to me, man. Like you said, man, how they worry about this shit. But if you say, what's the minimum wage right now? $7.25. $7.25. All right, $7.25 times 8 hours. What's that, like almost $60 a day?
Like that, so
you're talking about $300 a week.
Then you got to do tax on
the taxes.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, really, but if you say to somebody, can you make a decent living off $300 a week?
Not at all.
$1,200 a month is what we're talking here.
Not at all.
People are like, nah. And even if you do 15 times 8,
right,
times 4,
right,
times 4, or times 5 times 4, you know what I'm saying, in terms of get that monthly salary.
Right.
That ain't enough out here to really take care of yourself.
Right.
I think, but that's where that game changer shit come in. Because it used to be you could work at Cone Mills out of high school, and you could stay there 30 years, and you could buy a house. You could put your kids through school. You could retire because they had a retirement plan popping. Nice pension. Then they started, he's coming up too much.
No more gold watches.
Cut these. No more. None of that. None of that. Matter of fact, when you get to 24, you fired.
Right.
How about that?
We'll start over.
We're killing your department.
Right.
That department don't even exist no more.
Yeah. Well, that's even like with the Walmart workers. There were some people that was there like 10, 15 years. Had the little silver joint, and then like they get fired. Then they go to another Walmart and they gotta start
all the way back over. None of that time served mean nothing. How does that make sense? How does it make sense if you work for UPS in Greensboro and you move to Louisville? You starting all the way over. How in the hell does that make sense? Same fucking company.
Not at all.
Don't make sense, man. But that's the change, that game changing shit. Because it used to be it was just white people that was working them jobs for 20, 30 years and retiring and getting in the house and putting their kids through school. But too many of us, and our Hispanic brothers and sisters, too many of them started getting in. And then they're like, oh, wait a minute. The pension fund is too much. Wait a minute.
Right.
Don't my check go to that every week?
Right.
Like, how the fuck? What happened to the pension fund? Oh, yeah, well, we was gambling that money in the stocks.
We got rid of that.
Wait a minute. So you took my pension money and you gambling on the stock market? On some bullshit? And now they just looking at you like, I'm sorry.
We don't know what the fuck. And the thing of it is, they know how, if they're in the stocks, they know.
Right.
They know how the game works. Everybody know that shit is.
They know how the game works.
Everybody knows stocks is an up and down type situation, man. That's why niggas say, damn, buy low, sell high. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit's coming back down. If you buy, like them niggas with GameStop, you got in there for $8. You look up and see that shit, your share's worth damn $800.
Right.
Y'all come get this.
Right, come get it.
Come get this now. Now next week, if it's only worth damn, $2, that ain't my fault.
That ain't my fault. I did my thing.
You know what I'm saying? But when too many of folk who wasn't the good people, you know, quote unquote, start getting access to shit, man. They start switching up, man. It's like hip hop.
Yeah.
It's like sports.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like why the fuck? If I'm 6'5", damn 280, why the fuck I gotta go to college?
Right.
And I'm going to play football.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like why the fuck? Nah, you gotta have 3 years out of high school to play football.
Right.
Why?
Right. So
Why?
that's something.
Because if you're not good enough to play, then your ass don't get on the field.
Right.
That's that. Carry your ass back to college.
Right.
But make these rules where if you get an agent, you can't come back to college.
Right.
Why can't I have somebody that just able to look at the market and say, yo, bro, you know what? You can make X amount of dollars or you can't.
Right.
Don't I need that advice to make a good decision about whether or not I should go pro?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got these cats, they got to make a choice. Either you go pro or you stay in college.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the thing, well, if you don't do it before April something,
Right.
then you can go back to
Gotta
college.
change the rules, man.
Yeah,
Gotta change the
man.
rules,
Yeah,
on
man.
you.
And that's that, you know, that's that fugazi, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
you know, and like you said, man, we deal with these obstacles,
Right.
and
That's
every
it.
time nigga find a way to damn, you know, slide up out that
Yeah,
thing,
man.
shimmy and shake. You know what I'm saying?
on out.
And party while we do it. That's how we get that.
Yeah, man. We fucking like
Yeah.
old dirty bastard. And
Shimmy,
shimmy.
shimmy, yeah. Yes, sir. We gonna find a way to make it happen, baby.
But yeah, everybody watching us, we appreciate y'all checking us out. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons. Make sure y'all, share this with all your friends.